If you could please state your name and what year you are.
Okay, Fatumata Daene, and I am a senior, graduating hopefully in December.
What is your major?
English and German minor.
English and a German minor?
Yes.
And that's what you want to do. What do you want to do with your English major?
I want to go to law school right after graduation. So I'm application and always like more persistent actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you got here, what was it like when you first came?
I didn't really feel that I was a part. I was mostly coming to classes and just going home. I was a commuter at first, so I wasn't very much into the whole campus spirit thing. Until I moved in, I moved on campus after one semester. And that really got me into the whole campus life, the real campus life. But at first I was really withdrawn and just coming to class, going back home, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Living on campus made a difference.
It did?
Yep.
So what types of activities did you become involved in?
I started playing basketball. That was the first thing, just intramural basketball in co-ed team. Very interesting. It was an interesting experience. Mm-hmm. It was fun. It was nice. Then I played broom ball, which I never did before. And I fell on the ice a few times. Went fine. Yeah, otherwise I was working at the library, and those were the only people that I had contact with that actually lived on campus and things like that. Mm-hmm. But once I got on campus, I got more involved into playing basketball. And although I'm not a pro or anything.
But you got skills.
I try. Then I started getting more involved into the Pan-Afrikan student organization, which got me really going. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I later on got involved, like my second semester, I was part of, actually my third semester, after a year, I got into residence life. I was community leader, which was last year. It was a fun year. Got involved in a couple of different things, in the International Student Organization, in PASU, and Res Life. It was a busy year. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So When you transitioned into college, what did these activities do for you?
Oh, they actually showed me. Like, I learned a lot of things about myself that I wouldn't have known otherwise if I didn't get involved into things. Develop my people skills and just have been more able to be out there. I've been more used to being amongst people, and just found out that I had some leadership skills, which surprised me.
Oh, really?
But yeah, because I always used to be this, this withdrawn one, always just looking at things happen and just let them happen. Never really got into the action of getting things happen. So that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about your academics?
Academics. I happen to have a very good advisor, very helpful. She's been of a great help, actually, since I got into Augsburg. She's helped me a lot into taking care of what classes I needed to take, and actually pushing me into accomplishing and doing better than I thought I could. And professors in general are helpful and very understanding. And I've had a pretty good experience when it comes to professors. I've had some down experiences too, but mostly it was a good experience with the professors. And being involved extracurricularly was helped a lot into the academics also. Just it helps a lot. It's been good.
So what about the intercultural club?
Well, it was dying for a couple years. Nothing really was happening. It was really restrained into a small group of people. But last year, myself and a few other international students decided to revive it. And I started working on it. Unfortunately, the only event that we were able to accomplish during the last year was the International Week, which went quite well, considering that we only had very little time to work on it and a very limited budget. Mm-hmm. It went well. Mm-hmm. And the club is getting alive again. There is a bureau now, and which I'm part of, and just we have a lot of plans, and hopefully we'll get a lot done in the upcoming year and future years too.
Okay. And now about PASU.
PASU. Okay. PASU, I'd say that's the one group on campus that really pulled me in. It's like, at first, when I first got to Augsburg, I was like, oh, I don't want to get involved in all that stuff. It's just some organizations that would just want to single themselves out and things like that. You know, I don't even know how I got myself pulled into Augsburg, into a PASU, but I'm very much into it now. And I'm enjoying it. I'm not complaining. I mean, in a year, I went from being just a regular student going to Augsburg and coming back home to becoming the upcoming co-chair of PASU. So now that's an improvement. Now, you would have told me that 2 years ago, I wouldn't believe you. But yeah, People are really nice. We've had some clashes, we've had some bad times, but it all goes with working together. And I'm sure we'll do some good things in the upcoming year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you could give me a little more feedback of, what types of things you were involved with PASU, and where do you think the organization will go to with you being co-chair?
Okay, one of my objectives is to get the most possible people involved next year, this coming year. And just being more on task and getting different people to getting involved and doing things, and not just have this little cluster of officers do all the work, because it will make it much easier on everyone, and more rewarding for everyone too. I'm sure a lot of us want to get involved. They need to be pushed. And I'll work on that, on getting people involved. And really pushing some of us who need more help into getting involved. Really pushing them to get involved. So that's my main objective.
Mm-hmm. Do you think PASU will be successful this upcoming year with involvement and spreading love and all that great stuff?
PASU has been successful. I mean, last year was our year. That was the bomb. It will only get more successful. We'll just push it a little bit more, raise the roof a little bit more, and there we go. It was a really good year. Last year was a really good year, and we'll work on having, if not a better year, one as good as last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Oh, praise God. Okay. Now, what has been your overall experience being a Black student here at this campus?
Okay, being a Black student. First of all, being a Black student at Augsburg, it's a challenge. It's very challenging because whether you are involved with PASU or not, you get put into that. You are automatically put into PASU, whether you are part of PASU or not, just because you're Black. And there have been a lot of issues that needed to be addressed this year. A lot of incidents that happened. I've had my own experiences with security and different other places on campus. And I think people need to be, one of the things we need to work on is get the majority of the students on campus to the non-Black students to be more aware of who they're dealing with, and to avoid categorizing Black students in general.
When you say who they're dealing with, who do you mean?
Who they're dealing with as, most people have this have this stigma on Black people. They have this idea of how a Black person would react in certain occasions, what they would say, what they would do, and just to show a different image of Black people in general, a more cultured group of black people, young black people who are actually working to make a difference and actually accomplish things. And actually liberate ourselves from that stigma and just pull ourselves from the group that they all want to put us in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And to continue on the other question, on the first one you asked me, being what it was like to be a black person here. Now, that was the first part, being a black person at Augsburg. Now, being a black African at Augsburg. Now, that was a challenge too, because not only do you get the reactions from the non-blacks, but you also get it from the African Americans, who sometimes get very hostile towards black African students. And so it adds to the challenge. It adds to the challenge. And but it's been an interesting year. It's been challenging, but in a good way. Because I think I've had the opportunity, numerous opportunities actually, to deal with that and just get over the petty problems that arose during the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about the hostility that you talked about with African Americans? Can you give us an example?
They are usually there are things that I'm sure people don't even realize are going on, but that African students are very sensitive to and would see happening. And I believe it's more like miseducation kind of thing. And some of the things, one of the main issues that we had to deal with during the past year was about the cultural series. Because many of the African students were deploring the fact that African American students wouldn't attend cultural series, which became a big subject of debate, which hopefully is going to be taken care of this year. There's going to be less hostility with more inclusion of maybe just giving all the students the opportunity to actually work on a cultural series. Because I know Bridger was talking about getting the African Americans to actually present in cultural series, which I think is going to help in them realizing that, well, people actually spend some time working on this, and it's nice to have them come and attend and just learn more about what they have to show, what they have to tell. So it's just a matter of education, a little bit more of education and a little bit more understanding of what really is going on. I'm sure my fellow African Americans don't really mean it when they do certain things or say certain things. But sometimes it's good to just remind them of, or bring their attention to certain things they say or do. Mm-hmm. That way, next time they would think about it before.
Okay, it's all a process of learning about each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what advice do you have to current and incoming students?
Get involved.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best way of achieving the highest in college. Just get involved. That's the one way you can get people to know you. The more support you will get, and the more like satisfying your college experience will be. Just get involved.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, I hope this year gets as good as last year, if not better. And let's all just get together and get some work done. It's like unity is really strength. And by getting together, we can get more accomplished. And we have some challenges this year. We'll have even more challenges than we did last year because of all the accomplishments that we had last year. Now this is going to be even tougher because we have even more people aligning against us. So that's going to be one heck of a year.
Okay.
Yep.
What about Brother Joe? Let's talk a little bit about Brother Joe.
Brother Joe. Mufundisi Joe Young. Okay. Well, he needs to lose weight.
Brother Joe is going to get you.
Did you see how much weight he gained?
Y'all stressed him out. Y'all black students stressed him out.
I'm sorry. No, he just bad. He's been talking about losing weight before his baby got here. I guess he'll be working on it too hard. Because he'll be gaining some weight, okay? No, but he said he's working on some life changes. Anyway. Hi, Roger. Love you too. Anyway. But yeah, he's been there. He's Brother Joe.
Your brother.
He's Brother Joe. Yeah. I mean, he's a really good person. You can count on him being there in most cases. Although he tends to forget at some other times, but he's there most of the time. So yeah, he's good. He's a good guy. And thank God he's with us.
He's helped out a lot, has he?
Oh yeah. Although I've never known Miss Anita Gay Athorn, I've heard a lot about her, and he really is working towards her goals, and we'll all help him get there together. So, yeah.
Okay, well, those are all the questions I have. See, look, we've been conducting this interview for 35 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yes, I told you. You
Okay.
didn't believe me, now, did you? She didn't believe me.